Hey guys, my name is Blake Kitchens. This is Hound Hogs Barbecue, and today we're making pork butt totchos. All right, so let me catch you up on what I've done so far. So the first thing I did, this is a Thursday afternoon. I don't have all day, so I'm kind of coming in a little bit after lunch trying to get this done by dinner time. So what I started by doing is I came out here and I got a chimney full of about 10 to 12 charcoal briquettes going, just get them lit in a charcoal chimney. And then once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and dump that into my Weber Smoky Mountain that's already been set up. So what I did was I used probably about a half a bag. I used some pecan and some apple wood, stuck it down there, tried to cover a couple of the pieces to let them smolder a little bit. And then I just poured those lit coals in and let it come up to about 350 degrees. Once I got done with that, I went inside and I started trimming the pork butt. Now, I'm not doing anything fancy today because I just don't have the time to put into it. So I don't typically leave the fat cap on my butts, but today I'm going to because cooking hot and fast, I want that fat cap right over the fire, right? And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that to kind of protect that side a little bit. But I seasoned it just with a generic pork rub that I make and my SPG. Just got it seasoned real good on all sides. I actually did a little bit more trimming than I might do because I really don't like that fat and that silver skin and that gross connective tissue that goes straight down the middle of the butt. I don't like that in my finished product. And so that's what I did. I trimmed all that out, got it seasoned up, let it sweat in, and the grill is going about 350 degrees. Okay, so that's a little bit hot, right? Most barbecue is 275 or 225, somewhere in that area. But I've recently started doing hot and fast with this Weber Smoky Mountain, and I really like it. I do enjoy the process of low and slow more, but I wouldn't be able to do this pork butt today if it wasn't for being able to do this hot and fast. So I'm going to show you guys what I do. We're just going to spritz a little more often, hoping to have this 8-pound butt done in about 4 hours. So you can't beat that. So I'm going to go ahead and get the butt on now, and we'll just kind of walk you through the rest of the process. We've been on for about an hour and a half now, cooking hot and fast. The spark's going to be pretty close to set, so I'm going to spritz it real quick. I'm thinking I'm probably going to wrap it at about the 2-hour mark, but let me show you what it looks like. Alright guys, so it's been exactly 2 hours since we put this on. We put it on at 1:45. It's now 2:45. I'm pretty sure we're about to wrap it, but let's take a look and see what it looks like. All right, so we've let this butt rest for about 30 minutes. It's cooked to about 203 in some spots. It was just really, really tender when I probed it. I cracked it open, let it sit, let it cool down. Normally I would rest it longer, but we're kind of in a hurry to eat. So let's get it out and see what it looks like. All right, so here's the true test of whether or not it's super tender. Let's see what this bone does. Yep, I would say that's pretty done. I got a good clean white bone. And then all I'm gonna do, there's nothing that we're doing in particular with this. It's super hot right now. I'm gonna have to taste it in a minute. But I'm just gonna shred it. I actually got double layer cotton gloves and latex gloves on just because this thing is still screaming hot. If you take a look right here, let's see. You can see it's got that good smoke ring on it. It's pretty much got smoke all the way around. You can see it's just pink in here. And that pink's not that it's not done. That pink is, ooh, man, that's hot. That smoke. All right, so we got the pulled pork all pulled apart. Let me taste it real quick before I get to building the plate. Yeah, it's really good, really simple. Might actually be the most simple butt I've ever done. I didn't inject it. I didn't brine it. I just put some SPG on the outside and a little bit of pork rub, and that's pretty much it. Let me just walk you through what else we've got here. To start with this morning, I did some pickled onions. They're only going to get better as time goes on, but they're pretty good right now. Got some pickled jalapenos I've had for a while. And then for the sauce, I just wanted to get a little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat, a little bit of vinegar. I love mixing Memphis sauce with vinegar sauce. And so that's what I did. I did a 50-50 mixture of a homemade vinegar sauce that I make with my favorite sauce that I get from Kroger. Just mixed it together. It's going to be really good. The tater tots, basically I heated up about 1.5 quarts of oil in a pot to about 350 degrees. And when I did that, it got up to temp. I dropped them in little batches at a time. You don't want to do too much. And you just got to kind of keep them stirred around because they like to kind of stick together a little bit. But once they're done, you'll notice they start to float. And then you just kind of go by what you want them to look like if they're brown enough for you. So that's how you do the tater tots. We went through a whole 5-pound bag, by the way, and I'm pretty sure we're going to eat all of them. And then for the cheese, I wanted to just do a very simple kind of beer cheese. So it's literally just 12 ounces of Miller Lite. Don't go with too hoppy of a beer. You don't want to overpower flavor. 8 ounces of cream cheese, 16 ounces of mild cheddar shredded. And you just mix it all together. And you just you want to work your way slow. Start with the beer, let it boil, cook the alcohol out, put in the cream cheese, let it get incorporated, then add your cheese a little bit at a time until it gets nice and smooth. And then just because there's not too much, you can never have too much cheese, I've got some Colby Jack over there. So what I'm going to do, my wife has named these totchos, pork totchos for Tater Tot Nachos. So what I'm going to do is I've got my bed of nachos here. And I'm just going to take a good little bit of this pork, just kind of spread it across the top. And then on top of that, I'm going to go with the beer cheese. So just give it a good, you don't want to do too much. You don't want it to be kind of soupy on the bottom, but you want to make sure you can have it in every bite. All right, and then on top of that, I'm gonna go with, depending on how spicy you like it, you know, a little bit of jalapenos or a lot of jalapenos. I'm probably gonna go somewhere in between today. And then just some pickled onions to give that good kind of bright taste, that vinegar acid. It's all gonna go well together. And then for the sauce, I'm just gonna take it and just kind of drizzle it across the top, just kind of like I did the cheese. I don't want to overpower anything, don't want to put too much sauce on here. I just want it to kind of add to the flavor. And then just to top it all off, a simple thing of shredded Colby Jack cheese. And that's it. That's your pork butt totchos, I guess. Alright guys, now it's time for what would I change. And let me just say, this meal, and we were kind of talking about it at dinner, this meal is not the most unique flavors you're ever going to have. They're very simple. You've had all those flavors before. They just go really well together, and it's just good comfort food. The only thing I would do is, that was the most simple Boston butt that I've ever done. I didn't realize how much injecting it with apple juice actually did. I really enjoy that flavor, so I think I would probably do that. I would at least inject it with apple juice. Everything else worked out really well. You know, it is kind of just good, greasy, fatty comfort food. So make sure you're hungry when you eat it. But other than that, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to check out our Instagram channel too. That way you can keep up with kind of day-to-day stuff that we're cooking. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, so y'all go cook something new.